Let's use the first statement alone. If I draw the rectangle A, B, C, D. The data given in the first statement is, let's say I draw the diagonal BD and I choose 2 points P and Q. Now the data is the perpendicular dropped from P on AD, which is this length. Let's say it meet at point R. This length given is 2 centimeter. And if you drop the perpendicular from P to BC, let's say it meet the point S. So this length given is 4, which means AB length is 6 units. To figure out the area, I now required the length of BC, and which could be figured out by the data in statement 1. Now what is given from point Q? If you drop a perpendicular on BC, let's say it meet at point T, the length given is 3 units. And if you drop the perpendicular from Q on DC, the length given is 4 units. And let's say it meet at point U. Now you know that the length of AB is 6 and QT is half of 6, which is 3. So which means that Q is the midpoint on the diagonal. So if I look over here, I know the length of QU, which is 4. If I extend the line and let's say it meets at the point V, I can understand this, that if QU is 4 and Q is a midpoint of BD, QV also has to be 4, which means BC has to be 8 units. So multiplying 6 into 8, I can get the area of the rectangle, which means that we can answer with the help of statement 1 alone. Now let's check statement 2 alone. If you again draw the rectangle ABCD, again the diagonal BD and the points P and Q on the diagonal. Now what is given is, if you drop the perpendicular from P on CD, let's say it meet at point J, the length of PJ is 1 unit. And similarly, when you drop the perpendicular from P on AD, let's say it meet at point K, the length of PK is 2 units. So similarly, DJ will also be 2 units. Now if you look from point Q and if you drop the perpendicular on BC, let's say it meet the point M. So your QM is 4 units given. And similarly, when you drop the perpendicular from Q on CD, let's say it meet at point L, the length QL is 3 units. Now what we'll do is, if I look the 3 triangles DJP triangle DLQ, triangle DCB. They all are similar. So what we can do is, if I apply the similarity in the triangle DJP and triangle DLQ, so I can say JP upon LQ, which is 1 by 3, will be same as DJ upon DL. So that is 2 by DL. So I can calculate DL would be 6 units. So if you know DL, so if I add DL plus LC, which would be 6 plus 4, that is 10. So the length of DC is known to you, that is 10. Now we need to just figure out the length of BC. So what we can do is, now we are going to apply the similarity in the triangle DJP and triangle DCB. So what I can write is JP upon BC will be same as DJ upon DC. So my DJ is 2, my DC is 10, so the ratio is 1 by 5. And JP given is 1 unit. So my BC length would be 5. So now if I know the length of BC, which is 5, and I also know the length of DC, which is 10, I can get the area of the rectangle. So which means that by statement 2 alone also I can get the answer. So the correct answer would be option B.